In this video, we'll go over all of the things you will encounter while using your synthetic miner. Let's start with the pair list. This is the list of crypto pairs that the synthetic miner is actively trading. First, you'll notice there's the pair name, and that's hyperlinked. And when you click on that link, it actually opens up that chart on the exchange. So in this case, it would open up on MEXC Global. Right, and it'll open this Atom BTC pair on MEXC Global. If you click anywhere else on that line, you'll notice the pair name gets highlighted, but something happens down here where it used to, at one time it said 71 miners, and now if I click on the pair, it only shows, it says 6 of 71. That means I have 6 Atom BTC rounds going right now, and there's some information about the break-even price and profit price, which we'll talk about in another video. Just know that clicking on that line toggles the filtering of the display of the active miners. And then you have the bid and ask of that crypto pair as reported by, in this case, MEXC Global. And then there's the pencil icon, which we covered in the previous video, that lets you edit the crypto pair. Okay, so that's the pair list. Now you'll notice there's a bunch of different colors going on here. So let's go over them. So a red row, it means that the current price is outside of the trading range that is allowed by the miner for that pair. Okay, so all of these are outside of the trading range. So no trading is happening in those 5 pairs. If one of the rows turns purple, that usually means that there's something going on with the order book on the exchange, and it's out of sync with the synthetic miner. Sometimes if a pair gets delisted and it's one that you were trading, that will also show up as purple on here. So if something goes purple and it stays that way for a long time, you might want to check and see if your pair got delisted. Okay, you may have noticed that the bid and ask prices get highlighted in different colors. So if a bid or an ask price flashes red, like that one just flashed kind of bluish gray, grayish blue. If a bid or ask price flashes red, that means that price went down, has gone down. If it flashes green, that means it's gone up. And then you notice over here, there's a solid green, and it gets brighter and brighter as the price gets closer to the fill price on that crypto pair. In this case, it's a bid, so it's a buy order that's about to be filled. When you get that bold and bright green like that, that means that is the price. That's the fill price, and the synth miner is just waiting for that order to fill. If it happens on the ask side, well then that's a sell order that's waiting to fill. And so the closer the price gets to there, the brighter the green, and then eventually when it's at the price, the number will get bold like you see there. So that's the bids and the asks when they flash red or blue to show if the price has gone up or down. They turn solid green when they get close to or reach the fill price. And then if you notice over here, we have a ticker that's yellow. And so what happens when it turns yellow is that there's no more, in this case, Bitcoin to buy the crypto that we're using for mining. Right? So in this case, it's SNT. I don't remember what that stands for. And so it tried to buy that SNT using some Bitcoin, but it didn't have enough Bitcoin to place the order of the right size. And so that flashes yellow, or well, it goes solid yellow to let you know that, hey, you're out of your deposit currency. So now the miner is kind of stuck waiting for some currency to free up. If it turns orange, which we don't see here, and we probably won't in this video, but if it instead turns orange, it's because a buy order filled, and now it wants to sell that crypto at profit, But for some reason, whatever reason, there's not enough of that crypto to complete that round. So if you see it turn orange like that, that's what happened. And the easiest way to fix that is to go and manually buy a little bit of that crypto. And that gives the miner some leeway so that it can place that sell and complete that round. Now let's go down to the active miner list. First, you'll notice all these progress bars, okay? And they're all sorted by by the one closest to 100, basically. This kind of orangish color represents a buy order that's in place, and this greenish color represents a sell order that's in place. Okay, so if you see orange is buy, green is sell. Notice they're all sorted by the one, whichever one is closest to being filled, that's on the top, and the one that's furthest away from being filled, there's a ton of them here, is on the bottom. Next to the pair name, you'll see a slot number. This would be the miner number that is actually managing that particular order. And there's generally up to 100 slots, right? So you'll see numbers between 1 and 100 here all the way down. Here, overlaying the progress bar is the actual exit price. So in this case, we're waiting for the bid price to go down to 49,820, which it is right now, and that's why this is highlighted green and bold. But we got to wait for somebody to, on the taker side, to take that order and fill it. There's a percentage that says what percent. It starts at 0 to 100%, but 0 means basically, let's call it break even. 0 is at break even, and 100 is at the profit target. Anything below break even ends up down in this pile at 0%. Anything above break even starts showing some green until eventually it gets to 100%, which means the sell order is about to fill. I think that's everything except for, let's look at, like, how about Iris? Because we have a lot of stuff here on Iris. So if I click on Iris up here in the paired list, you'll see 12 of 71 active miners. So there's 12 Iris orders going right now. Okay, and those 12 orders represents a position. So like the total amount of Iris that I have on here, if I were to go onto the MEXC, cancel all these orders, and sell the whole bunch of it for this price right here, that's my break-even price on that pair. If I want to sell it so that all of those rounds are in profit, this is my profit price right there. Oops, right there. That's pretty much it for this. So there's all the colors I've covered. A red line is the price is out of range. Red bid or ask. Flashing means that price just went down. A blue bid or ask means the price went up. Yellow ticker means ran out of crypto to buy with. An orange ticker, which we don't see here, means it doesn't have enough of the crypto to sell in order to complete a round. And then a purple all the way across means there's something wrong with the order book on the exchange, or possibly a pair got delisted. There's a lot of information that displayed on here at one time. And then as you saw in the original video, if the entire screen goes red, that's usually a network error on, like your internet connection went down or something like that. And now the miner can't communicate with your your control panel. Okay. Always refer back to this video if you forget what the colors mean or how to do a certain thing. This is probably the one that you want to come back to get that information. All right, that's all we got at this time. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.